if you're a Jimi Hendrix fan like I am, that song's familiar to you. That's Little Wing. And this has been covered by a lot of different people, including Stevie Vaughan, Jeff Beck. I was fortunate enough to do a live recording with a guy named Michael Narada Walden, who's Jeff Beck's drummer, on his last, well, I don't know about the last tour, but a couple tours ago. He did about a year out with him, and he and I shared the stage a lot together. We do a lot of projects together. We got a band called the Werewolves, and anyway, we did a version of that at the Sweetwater, where I'm from, Mill Valley, and it was really fun to do it. I was watching it the other day, and I thought, you know, this is something I should teach. So this is I'm just strumming the chords on acoustic guitar. It's obviously it's a big tune that Hendrix did on electric. But that being said, I think the changes are just great. So with no further ado, let's get into it. It starts out in E minor, and it goes up to G. Then A minor, and E minor. Then it goes to B minor, and A minor, and then G, F, C, to D. So one more time, and I'll play it in time. E minor, to G, A minor, down E minor, then it goes up to B minor, A minor, and then to a quick C, and then G to F, and then C to D. And you can rest then now. And that's pretty much the whole song right there. It just loops around and around and around. So for the purpose of, if you're doing a version of this where somebody's singing it, which is kind of like the one I did with Michael Walden, Narada Michael Walden, he sang it, which was kind of cool. He's a really good singer and an incredible drummer, and he's played with a lot of different people. But it was fun for me because I got to just have fun on guitar. And if you check it out on YouTube, I think it's on my YouTube channel. But let me get into just an idea of how to strum this and have fun with it and just learn, kind of play through the changes, right? So we got an E minor, we all know that by now, and you come up to a G. You can play that G, which is like a cowboy G, with a D note in there on the third finger, and pick up the third fret of the high E. Or just a regular G. That's fine too. Whichever you prefer. And then a G. And then just a regular old A minor. And I'm going to show you some other inversions later. Back to E minor. Then just go up to a B minor. Then an A minor to C. And then we're going to go C to D. Okay, now I'm going to show you what I like to do with the song. I like to do a couple different inversions. One of the things I'll do, obviously I'm playing electric, I'm going to do some higher up stuff, right? But if you start out with your E minor up to your G, and then if you want to, you can go to this A minor. That's an A minor 7th of sorts. Okay, or just a regular A minor. But I actually like the 7th there. So I got the G in there, right? And then back to an E minor. Or you can go to a higher version, which is this E minor. And then if you want to, instead of you can do maybe one guy would hit this B minor. You might hit this B minor here as a B minor 7th actually. Because you got that note in there as a 7th. So it's pretty easy to finger. You got your 7th, 9th fret of your 3rd finger on the A string. string, and then you get the rest is here. So, and then just go down one step or 2 half steps to A minor, the A minor 7, and then C. You gotta hit that C in between, right? So it's, if you want, you can walk it, and then C, and then G. Then on this F chords, I'm not sure how familiar or how comfortable you guys are with reaching your thumb over on the F. I do it a lot. Hendrix did. If you do that, you can open up that G string, okay, that open G, and then hammer it on the 2nd fret with your 2nd finger. It's kind of a nice sound, huh? Probably heard that. So G. I like that voicing. So, and then C. And here's a fun D chord. If you're doing it on an acoustic guitar and you want to get it to be a little bit mysterious, just take that C chord and move it up 2 half fret steps or 1 whole step. I do that often in this song if I want to get mysterious with it, or on acoustic. So you got your G, your F, your C, and then come up to this D. And then the other option is to hit a harmonic there. So up to D. If you had a wine bar, you'd go, wow. And that's Little Wing. Those are the changes for Little Wing. The one last thing I would tell you is if you want to get crazy with the E minor chord, you can add an F sharp to it, and it sounds like this. And I don't overuse that one, but here's the fingering. Also, it's a straight A minor, except that I got my pinky up here on the 4th fret of the D string. Okay? And it sounds like this. It's kind of a mysterious. If you want to use that, I would say use it sparingly, because it's a distinctive kind of chord. You don't want to overuse it. But it does work in the sense of like, you're doing this, and then it certainly works at the end as a dramatic ending. And that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it on the dramatic ending there of Little Wing. If you like what you're hearing and you're enjoying the lessons here, hit me up at jimidillon.com/free. And there's some fun stuff there for you. I got a lot of different courses that go way into depth on a lot of these songs I'm teaching on both YouTube and around other platforms. So love to hear from you. I love getting comments. I really get a big kick out of it. I'm sitting over here on Maui, sometimes checking my comments, and I actually learn a lot from you guys. So definitely hit me up, comment on it. I appreciate it, and thanks for coming by. We'll see you down the road.